세러데이 쇼다운 D+ 기아 대 BNK DRX.
Now there is still the potential for this to not be a rich pick and just put the Aurora at the top, but Mbessa kind of conceding the early lane but having even more dive, and with this comp I think that makes sense.
Yep.
Extra tool to lock people down as well for the MF ult.
And she has been a pretty good pick into Zion that we've seen develop over the last little while. So an understandable choice there. But of course, Morgan, very happy. It's time to get to some actual fan chants. Let's go. That one? You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't do it justice.
My favorite is, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to Ocarina of Time, mine is you know the one.
That one?
That movie actually kind of blew me. It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, dude, Transformers 1 is, that's the good, they shouldn't stop there.
Action?
Yeah, we've got an exhaust down, Cyclone to answer it though, and there's a decoy. It's not exactly the target you want to engage onto. Croco does have the Crescent Guard though, as Yahoo's just going to get inside the circle and see whether he can get something done. And the answer is he absolutely can before he dies. Closer now looking for some angles here as Tibbers is going ballistic. He picks up a double kill, and this is why you do not underestimate the big burning bear. Burn, bear, burn!
Then it's chase there onto Croco that I think ends up costing them their lives. As you highlight, the damage charts for Close is going to be feeling really good in that one. I don't think they have kill threat here, but maybe they get a summoner or two.
Yeah, they're going to get the barrier out from Teddy. He does make it underneath the turret. There is a nice little bullet time to soften up hype momentarily as the teleport will bring Andel back into the lane.
As we have another fight on our hands.
Yeah, another bear is ready to come out as well. We're making it rain in the river, which is a little bit unnecessary. It's already pretty wet. That's all right. Flash comes in from Closer, throws down the bear, gets a brilliant incinerate to make sure that Yahoo is dead before he can really do anything. Teddy now in trouble as the rockets are raining. And Hype is looking to chase them down. The decoy not going to be doing any of much as Teddy is going to spend his first little stint in the death chamber here after his trip back to the LCK after 90 days. And now some more grubs. Yeah, beautifully done. This guy... And all right, Polu getting some deep vision down. Don't really have too much to fight for outside of this Herald that's coming up in 10 seconds time. And Sponge, oh dear, that's 2 for the price of 1 on that Pulverize, but the Cyclone is going to return the favor, but never mind, there are just too many bros and just not enough DRX in this area, although Sponge is lasting a long time, and Andil, he will just send them back home. But that is a big cooldown that they will not have to stop this Herald from going down, so Shelly will belong to the bros. There's nothing that DRX can do about it.
Dragons.
Thing that I'm loving is that they're keeping up the pressure, as maybe this is a bridge too far. Steadfast Presence is going to be able to pull Croco away. He does have to flash, but now Morgan makes his way in. And he is a bit of a monster. Rich is dashing around, but not able to find too much of an angle. And this was all without Closer. Now he turns up, Bear at the ready. And the bros are ready to team fight. There is no Cyclone, and that Keeper's Verdict is still a little while away, these early levels. So they do have to be a little bit careful. And there's the flash in. They look for the angle onto Rich. He does flash himself away as Yahoo going to be able to buy some space between worlds. DRX, though, still not quite able to get themselves in there. Steadfast Presence is good. Bullet time even better to soften up the cow. And once again, Tibbers is going to donate 50 gold, this time over to Rich. And in goes Andil. Can he find it? Yes, he just gets headbutted out, though, as Polu will get slammed into the wall. And Bro just kind of playing with their food for so long that the food bit back.
I think
was there extra mount
No, I got like,
as well?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 more. It was crazy.
Damn, that's weird.
I know, it was.
We've never really been inundated with mountains. It's only ever been Chemtex and clouds. That's all right. Andil, his really got a good W finger. He just knows when to press that button. But Bro also really like using all of their dashing abilities into the Poppy.
Which, you know, ideally you wouldn't do.
But he is the one that has to face check, right? He is the target that's being presented the majority of the time. So very, very good that he can just press W when he needs to.
I think they're just going to keep doing these fake outs and keep seeing if the DRX response is good.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get, I think you back off if Rich TPs, because obviously Morgan can join with his ult, but now they've stalled for so long. I think they can just take this.
Well, the teleport is going to come in, but it feels a little bit late here. Croco in perfect position. The rotate over from Sponge, but they're holding on to him. They do want to be able to burst this one down, and Croco is almost dead. The public execution comes down, but it misses, and the Cyclone comes in. The knockups are good, but that one's even better as the bullet time does help secure the kill onto the jungler, and there is the steal. DRX They managed to deny the Bros, and the Bros just wanting to get themselves out of here. Polu decides instead, though, that he wants to go back in. And perhaps to get themselves out of there was a better choice, as down goes the Annie as well. Morgan and Hype just wondering what the heck just happened because it all went wrong. Well, there are a lot of pings in the area here for DRX. Polu's going to walk over this ward and find things out. As the Baron's down to 50%. It's not exactly a massive amount, but Andal, remember, does have the Keeper's Verdict.
They got the ult.
We can get rid of them. Morgan going to be able to blast his way out. Mega Cones abound for the disengage.
So Polu really wants to back. Will got spotted here. DRX, they can slow play this. They already got a lot of health and an ult out of Polu.
Wow, Teddy really is taking matters into his own hands, but I don't know about that one.
No, that I do. It wasn't great.
Oh, okay.
I think it's fine if you're not looking to fight, but Drake is up in 30 seconds. That ult from Teddy, I think is a bit... This one might work. Bro.
Bro, are we even gonna like walk over that? We don't have any way to check this.
No, it's definitely gone.
It's just gone, yeah. Down to 5,000. The Dragon has spawned. Polu, I think, has an idea of what's going on here, but he just can't face check. And so the Baron's just gonna get secured here by DRX under the nose of the Bros. And yeah, they might be able to get a Dragon, but it's a consolation Chemtech. And that doesn't ever feel good. And so DRX have really just taken this game back.
You know what, bro? I don't care. It's fine. Just give Nash.
This is so weird, though, isn't it? Because, like,
they did
at
just
this
beat
point,
DK. That did happen.
Yeah,
we watched that happen.
And also, this team is like mostly old sandbox, right? It's not even really bro anymore, but it's still the same bro.
Or a powered rather double cannon. I don't know if they can really do that much.
Well, they do have 5 members in the area. The Ambassador's rotating around as well. The bear goes down. They're going to look for Andal, who goes down very low. It's a late steadfast presence. But now, between worlds, a massive knock-up, though, as Morgan finds the angle, but the Cyclone is just too good. And yes, Morgan might be surviving, but unfortunately, he's lost his Annie, and his Corky's a little too low, so he's just going to get cut down where he stands. Oh no, Bros. That was the back-breaking fight, and DRX utilize their Baron sneak. It turns into a 6,000 Red Bull Baron power play, and the game might just be over right here.
Might just look for the end. It's been a Sponge and Rich duology in these fights. The two of them just finding the backline again and again, and even though Teddy gets his ult interrupted, I don't think it really matters as Rich dancing around deathless on this Mbessa.
Yeah, having a great time. And we know, like, Rich actually had some pretty good performances as Pulverize going to hit a couple in the backline there as Yahoo does die. And in fact, a couple of people die to Hype, who does a fair bit of damage, but it does not matter. This Nexus is still going to go down if Teddy has anything to say about it. And he does. He says, bring it, Bros. We'll take you in game 1 and we'll see. But surely losing their grip on the game, and they said, no, we got to do something. We got to make our way back in. Intelligent play around vision control. And just caught Bro napping, caught them thinking that perhaps it was time for a reset. It was not. It was time to do Baron yet again. Oh, we are stealing away Braum.
So you go as Braum to not have to deal with that, and then they go, what, Rel?
No, Rel was banned.
Oh yeah, you're right. By them.
So it has Leona? To be, if they want to engage, it almost
don't pick
Leona.
I don't know about Leona and
Nautilus could have been a
Nautilus and Braum is worse, yeah.
Andal is giggling a lot. Maybe it's Zac time. Somehow, let's get onto the Rift. You already miss MSI.
Yeah. No, it's the opposite. I love MSI, but for me,
Andal.
I mean, I think that's. Nah, with the level up, it's not.
On it. But Sponge is also very happy to be the Troll King. As Andal doesn't get stunned up because that Mystic Shot misses.
Oh my god, they're just gonna die.
The angle. Yeah, Hype just gonna have to flash, but now Sponge, he can just flash in and chomp him. Oh no, oh no, oh no, the Troll was under the bridge! And he's just, as I said, he didn't even need to flash in, he just chomped him! And that was it! Now Polu just has to watch as he also gets chomped! And no one even dies. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous dive, and Rich also survives on the top side. Croco getting cooked, and my god, DRX may just obliterate the Bros. Away. You know? As it might be tough for the Lord, who I think knows that things are getting a little bit rough as they do move their way in. Flash still available, but he decides he wants to use that next time because he was looking pretty dead. And it's just some pretty crazy territory.
We're gonna get a Herald fight. If Bro lose this fight, I think it's done. They need to find good target selection.
Well, Croco, he's just going in. He flashes out of the way of the Solar Flare and finds Yahoo. Closer is there as well. They managed to land the jump. The True Shot Barrage is going to be able to take down the Azir. And now Morgan is going to end DRX's world as he takes down Andil. There goes Rich as well. Thank you for the Bro Tax chat. You guys did this. This is you.
As the target selection of Croco and Closer find Yehu. That man did not get to play the video game. And the turnaround that we all knew deep down was coming. And then an entire ult from Teddy goes into Palu.
Oh, okay. We are back in the action once again. Emperor's Divide is on to 2, but it is Andil that's going down, and Palu just walks it off. Closer's gonna turn up, and DRX, what happened? As Teddy's actually kind of popping off right now, but the relentless pursuit to try and escape is coming on through here. There is the culling. That'll take down the Braum. And it is a 2 for 2 in the end.
Didn't find the ult. Was
yeah.
ambitious dive anyway. What does it mean for the fight? Closer does have his ult.
Here's that dragon that we were going to fight over before. Croco's going to go in. They are just looking to execute the Trundle, and they do exactly that. Andil, he's got the Eclipse running, but where's the follow-up? Where's the answer? It's a double for Hype, as Yahoo's now just going to get stunned up by the Braum passive. Teddy gets ceased and desisted. Oh, Assault and Battery is so much better for doing that, but that is kind of what happened in the end. And now it's a free dragon over to the Bros. They have full control. Yeah. Is that worse, or is me reading them twice on purpose bad? As Sponge is going to get taken down very low again, but this time the Subjugate's going to be working out. True Shot Barrage wasn't enough. Oh, the door is there to answer the Lucian. As Closer was dashing over, but doesn't quite find a target.
That's getting taken a little low, but looks like DRX doesn't want to commit with their front line so rich.
Okay.
Well, I guess he had flash, but no longer. It adds character. It adds
character. Oh, brilliant. Well, DRX are doing that startup Otacon thing. How do we feel about this?
Well, we saw what it did for Bro in the last game, so I'm waiting with great interest.
Well, we are true-shotting and barraging. Rich taking a bit of damage, but it's Morgan in a bit of trouble. Does find some knockups, though. And remember, has a lot of healing. He goes golden, but now Closer is going to show up. The Equalizer does nothing. Teddy trying to get out of the way of Polo, but he should be able to get this one done. It's a double as Teddy makes his presence known. Nice Charm will connect, but Andil back underneath that Sun Disc.
No Equalizer right now available, and DRX, I might just have to give this.
I mean, there's no ults apart from the Solar Flare that's coming up pretty soon, but it's just gone. So the Bros, some highway robbery here as the Otacon is going to be secured, and that's a Magi's. Wow, Closer. Wow, how can you be like, I'm going to build a Banshees and a Magi's dragon right now? That is going to go down, but can they all get themselves out?
That was a little dicey.
Why did we did not need to press the Q button?
No,
they are not going to move into the Fog of War.
He needed to kill it. Actually needed to kill it as soon as possible because he didn't have Smite.
Doesn't really have a true tank. As, all right, in goes the Vi. Doesn't quite find the Vault Breaker, and will just get that back massage and put into the Death Chamber with the Equalizer. Very well played here by DRX to lock down the jungler, but just a little bit of a step too far there by Croco on the bottom side of the map. So they'll lose the turret. DRX, he has the 10 stacks already completed as well.
Oh, that's going to be a ton of AP Atlas.
Oh yeah, Hype possibly in trouble, but the Pillar not really doing too much. True Shot Barrage just to spin the wave as best they can. That's an Arcane Shift. As in comes Closer. He's spotted on Vision, but what? Andil is just dead. He's just too far up. Just a mistake here from the support out of DRX, and you've said it already, he's the only one that can hold people in position.
And tight corridor. Oh, look at the setup here. Molten and Croco looking.
Croco on the angle, finds their way in. There is the flash forward from Closer, but Teddy is alive, and then he's taken out. Rich also is going to be able to go golden, but that's a see your death type go golden. And now Yahoo finds himself running the wrong direction. They save the Azir till last, and Sponge is running for the hills. This is a Baron if the Bros want it, but they might look to break open the base first as the True Shot Barrage sails by.
He both overstepped, but if the rest of the team at least provides some safety, maybe that could have been something. We did see, though, the problem for Teddy as, okay, guys, this game is game is done.
It's not looking too good. That's a nice solar flare, though. Polo comes on over just to see what's going on. Yeah.
But the game is done.
It is. And it's so weird that it's an exact mirror of what we saw in game 1. Let's see what can happen. Teleport to come in from Morgan.
Crocco's here.
Angle. True shot barrage to layer on through. It is going to be Rich that locks down the Baron for DRX. Teddy has been dove on, though. He does manage to take down Crocco, but Morgan's there to end his world. Yahoo now trying to get out of the way, and the Emperor's Divide doesn't really do anything. Unfortunately, if you divide by 0, you're just going to find yourself in the death chamber, and there is the win for the... Although, I guess Crocco died, and Closer lost a whole bunch of stuff. Okay.
The DRX macro?
Looks pretty good for DRX as well. Let's see whether some more of these picks can actually come. Oh my god, Rich taking so much damage. Closer having to use the ult just to avoid the culling, but once again, Andal is in no man's land. Emperor's Divide just to buy some space, and it might have actually done so as Teddy down so low, still trying to kite, still trying to do damage as Crocco. He can't get there, my god! Teddy, you monster, but he's left the rest of his team! And they are going to fall down. Rich with the teleport in, and then the run away. Maybe one day.
Well, they you know, theoretically it's possible.
Well, probably going to show him the door.
They got mid.
Pretty good about that. Teleport in.
Wait, Morgan.
It's the pincer attack. There's the flash in right on top of Yahoo, but it's the Lucian they have to take down, and they absolutely do that. The Emperor's Divide onto 3, but what is that going to do? The answer is nothing at all, as Hype hits 2 with the ulti on the back end. Sponge gets eliminated. Is that a clean ace? Is that a clean ace for the Bros? It absolutely is, as Andal, for the first time this series, goes down last.
Teddy did not get to play the game. By the way, as we highlighted, that Vi Ahri combo ends up being the difference maker.
That was ridiculous. Brotax is more powerful than how good this champion is.
I think it was just Vi Ahri just dunking on the only play into it.
I'm not sure about first pick Rise. Doesn't make me feel fantastic, but...
It did win in...
That's true. In the previous series. There's the Cassiopeia, and that was not what was picked.
I'm sure there's stuff that we can think of if you just sit there and aren't casting. 1 or 2 obvious 80 junglers that maybe we're not, like Talon?
There's certainly going to be some laning prowess that they might be able to find. Yeah, they had to ban. Well, crash down here towards the bottom side as Polo does find a nice little stun onto Andal, who finds nothing with the grand entrance. Yeah.
And I got a really nice smoothie. And up until that point, I only got like the bowls. You know, like an acai bowl with just a lot of fruit.
Yeah, those
stuff. I'm holding off a little bit to see if we get action. I don't think we'll get action. I think we're very much brewing, and it looks like we're solid.
Yeah, Teddy actually didn't get the memo that we're not doing this.
No, he does. He does. It's fine.
How much of it went all over your face, and how much went all over your front?
So I actually, thanks to my cat... Oh!
Never mind, bit of a dive here towards the bottom side, and that is just a dead Sante.
As Rich ends up in frustration.
And I don't know, yeah, it's...
So that's how I felt, actually, right there. Because my entire face and my shoes, I actually didn't get on my shirt, were covered in smoothie.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a mess.
It was the perfect time to get to the end of the story, right as Rich got smoothie all over his face as well.
I know.
Under the bottom lane out of turret. We're going to have a look at it one more time.
It makes sense that you'd feel safe because you're Cassante.
Oh,
but you just don't...
Look at these minions, man.
Yeah, so the combination of the minions and also... Why are you are on the weak side, my friend.
Let's see how it's going to work here for Crocco as in goes Sponge. Magnus going to try and turn this, though, as Petrifying Gaze doesn't quite get the stuns, and down goes Polu. The spears are sort of flying all wayward, and Closer is just dead. DRX, they answer back beautifully here, but I don't quite know what the plan was there by the Bros.
Oh.
Well, Type is possibly also dead. Grand Entrance going to connect this time, but he makes it underneath the turret, utilizing the flash. Ooh. Maybe they thought they'd find a Killer Instinct angle to get Hype in there.
You can't do that.
Well, if in doubt, kill Rich seems to be the plan here. Black Cleaver is now completed as Rich went all out, but then he was all out of options or something.
I don't even know if he wins the 1v1 is the worst part. Oh, Rich, we've seen this before.
Oh, let's see whether they can actually find the angle as the spear is just avoided here by DRX. Teleport back in from Closer, though. As he's looking for the angle. Croco needs to land some of these, but he's not really hitting them, and there goes the Drake. Voidseeker going to connect onto Rich. All right. Spear doesn't find anything. Voidseeker doesn't find anything. The Rift Herald is just going to be secured here by DRX. Bro still retain a 2,000 gold lead off the back end of this. That can kind of do that and get away with it, but do want some attack speed in the build.
Especially in this game.
Oh yeah.
So how many people in chat do you think are making the Cassiopeia no boots joke? Yeah, I think he was trying to predict Sponge's EQ, and then he just didn't.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. Well, Closer's going to stand his ground here. Miasma does go down as Andil. Not going to be dashing off that one, but he still takes a lot of damage. Croco getting out of there because he does the same thing. Primal Surge might be able to keep him around, though. Let's see how this one's going to go. The teleport comes in, and Morgan, with the rest of his team, and he's just walking forward. He's like, guys, I am huge, and I will be able to take these guys down. Sponge gets out of the pit. Croco gets in. There's the Magnet Storm, and they've caught two out of position. Down goes the Rise. Yeah, who didn't get the memo that they were backing away, and they secure the Dragon. The pros are looking to try and do it again. Is this a bridge too far? The answer is probably not, because there's no Rise for another 20 seconds.
There's no Teddy. He's walking way over from mid lane. I don't think they have the damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have On the Hunt available.
Right, Sponge.
As there's a little knockback onto Morgan. They're going to look for the turn angle. Cataclysm onto Closer, who's standing his ground. Teddy gets stunned up, but he's doing a pretty good job standing his ground. There's the dash around from the Cassante, but he just doesn't have any money. Oh god, Sponge! Highway robbery as Polu comes on over, but he's not able to stop him. Teddy will go down as the slices and dices come in, but Otacon is such a big prize, and Yehu, he's going to turn back up. The triple knock up from Sponge. They take down the Kaiser, and it's DRX that are able to get it done. Morgan will go down, and I have a feeling that that emote is going to be necessary. The shaky hands for the Renekton out of frustration here for the bros, unless they can get some sort of psycho turn. I don't know about that one. As out goes Croco, and he's not even able to get his Raptors, I don't think. Man, it was so good when they took the Dragon, and that was when we needed to cut the video. But Otacon is a lot, right? Otacon is actually incredibly high value.
Basically, it's even, is what we're saying.
Polu
died.
Polu died again. Yeah, okay. He's having a great game.
Polu.
Oh dear. Just
very straightforward.
Was caught in a place on the map that he wasn't allowed to be.
Just trying to clear a vision as Morgan might have to take matters into his own hands. Can he get the plasma stack for Hype?
Now he's going to try as Rich goes all out, and then he's all out of options, unfortunately. I guess you did sort of forfeit your time. Oh, flag and drag into the Realm Warp. That's pretty cute. As DRX is just going to look for a little bit of a Baron steal.
I think it's gone.
I think the bros know that this is happening, but can they actually do anything about it? That's the question.
I think they're too late.
Yeah. Probably going to get held out of the pit here as Andor just buying space, and the spear is not going to land. DRX highway robbery. They'll be able to steal away the purple buff.
Just didn't have the time. They're going to get Soul Point, but Soul Point for Nash, that's not worth it. It was Soul, no-brainer. Now they got to hold on tight.
And Croco possibly caught out of position unless it's a cunning ruse. Rich making his way over. Hype, we know that he's in danger. Does he know? That's the real question, as there's Yahoo flashing on top. The flash out immediately there from Hype as well. Shattering Strike, not something that Rich really cares about. As DRX keep all these Barons alive. In fact, both bottom laners using their buttons.
TPs.
Oh god, okay. Both top laners going to join the backside of this fight as Morgan, he wants out. He's got sliced into his dice, and he's yeah.
There's no objective. These teams are just, well, obviously DRX trying to get value out of the Rebel Baron power play, which was fine. Sponge?
Yeah, doesn't quite find the flag and drag there as Croco is able to pounce his way out. Yeah, who is so scary though. And they do back out of the way of this Rise, even the ricochets, man. Oh, Teddy. The Dragon has now spawned. Oh, goodness. Are we flipping for Hextech Soul?
Oh, yeah, bro, 1-2. For sure.
Well, they're going to start this one up. Oh my goodness, it's taking so much damage. Morgan is just going to be Hexgating over. Rich will follow him. The quickness gets into the backline, but where is the follow-up as Morgan flashes over? And Rich uses it as a way to taxi his way forward. They take down the Jarvan. The Killer Instinct, oh no! He didn't really want to do that, but fortunately they did have a Crocodile, but it may not be enough. Closer is still alive. Yeah, who is so big, and in goes Croco. Andal, I just don't think he'll have any sort of assistance here, and Yahoo has to do it alone. He has to be the hero, but he's on the miasma, and he's taken by Croco, and they have the Hextech Soul. You know,
And
they just didn't kill the
Kroko,
resto
he
shaman.
was wobbing and weaving, he was getting that line of sight.
And in the meantime, Sponge is just dead. Oh, there must have been an influx. It must have been you guys yet again. The purple surrounding the pros as they march towards DRX.
Pay to win in my LCK.
Oh, absolutely, and we love to see it. Capitalism, baby. As all right, the bros now just diving. They know they can see it, and they've got Hextech Soul, man. It is so disgusting. Down goes everything. Hype is collecting a triple kill, and Teddy turns up. Just like Donald Glover with the pizza, it's a quadra under the inhibitor turret. Inhibitor to follow here, and the bros, they are done with this. They want to go home. It's about 11 p.m. And yeah, out of the death chamber and straight back in there once again. Could have potentially been a pentakill there for Hype, but instead it's Kroko that locks it down, and the pros do it again. Back to...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Steer for the POM interview translation, joined by Kroko on the side of OK Savings Bank Brion. Congratulations! Thank you. It's just the beginning of round 3, and you've already achieved your second win and POM in a row. So how do you feel? You know, I think we all played out really well overall.
아 정말요?
저희 팀이 그냥 다 잘했다고
And you know,
좀 서운해하시던가요 혹시?
아니요 뭐
our
저희 팀
other
다
teammates were
잘하는
saying,
동료니까
"Oh, you're getting the
분위기
POM
좋아서,
again,"
네,
and they're just
재밌게 받아들였어요.
poking fun at me.
또 워낙
But
경기력이
I think we
좋고
had
계속해서 승리를
such a
하다
great
보니까
atmosphere
분위기도
because we all
점점
knew that we
좋아졌던 것
did really
같습니다.
well. All of us
사실
did
굉장히,
quite well today.
기록적인 승리라고 할 수 있을 것 같은 오늘의 경기였는데요.
And today
DRX와 올해 맞붙었을 때 모든
marks
풀세트
new
접전을
history for you
거쳤는데
guys. So every time you face DRX this year,
거뒀었거든요.
it went to a 3-game series, which all ended up going to DRX's way. So with today being the day you shut them down, what do you think was the key to today's
밀리고
victory?
있어도 이제 다들 멘탈 챙겨주면서
I feel like
할수
despite
있다,
us
그런 얘기
being behind, I think we just kept a really good mental fortitude and were able to communicate pretty positively within the team.
네 맞습니다.
좋습니다.
That all ties back to you guys having a great team spirit and atmosphere. And in game 2, it was so important to get a pick on the enemy Lucian. And you were able to execute so well. So how are you able to make those decisions in the pinch?
엄청 약한 조합이다 보니까
You know, Lucian has to be
살짝 쳐내고
the weakest against Vi, Ahri, Comp. So I think our game plan was honestly, we had to strategize around just getting the pick on Lucian the entire game. And in game 3, for your Nidalee, you got a Shojin and Riftmaker as your core items. So what made you build them? Now, rather than really focusing on the items' strength, I just noticed that one of our opponents during our scrim were using these item builds, and it looked really good. So I just tried copying it. But honestly, today it didn't seem too good. So I think I might have to put it away for a bit until I see a better angle next time. And game 3 was so close that it was impossible to predict who would win. So what do you think was the game deciding moment? Honestly, the Soul Dragon fight. And probably our team fighting at the very end, I think that had the most influence on ending the game. And I feel like overall, even if we start out behind, we're able to stay solid and fight out towards the end until the end to close it out our way. And Kroko, of course, there is a famous line from you, which is the jungle role is all about sharp decision making and intense mind games. So did you have any moment that stood out for you today? I think for the Vi game, I think I was able to dodge and juke the enemy skill shots and go in at the right time to get a pick during those team fights. So I think that's what really stands out in terms of outplaying my opponent today. Now that you start out round 3 strong, what goals does OK Savings Bank Brion have?
경기력이랑 성적 계속 올릴 수 있도록
I think we really want to
열심히
focus on
연습하면서
improving our
라이브의
performance
최대
and
1등까지
obviously our results and
그게
outcome
저희에서는 최선인 것 같아요.
and improve our standings. And I think that's just the best that we can do from our position. And that makes your next match against BNK DRX so important. So what would you like to say about those?
좋은 느낌이거든요. 왜냐면
I think we have a really good feeling.
DRX한테 계속 졌었어가지고
We had always been losing against DRX and BNK DRX, so I think this is the moment that we can actually turn it all around and create a good momentum. And that's the end of the interview with Kroko, and back to the space. Thank you.